this week has been a lot of processing. What do I do? How do I do it? What is my, not purpose, but as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as one stepping out to help other people? What do I do and how do I do that? And there's a lot of sides to that. There's the delivering, like what is the end product? What is the transformation? What do people get? And then there's the selling. There's how do I use words to help people feel, to help people experience, to help people believe that I can deliver? Those are very different, I'm finding. So, on our coaching call this past week, this concept of you sell the result, and so you sell the result. What does that mean? That means the promise of the result. A car comes to mind because I very easily fixate on the pieces of that. It's so easy for me to talk about the technical side of all the things. You probably have technical know-how and understanding of what you do. But that's not what people buy. People don't buy the pieces, they don't buy the parts. When people go to buy a car, they don't purchase tires that are attached to axles, that are attached to this, that, and the other. They buy the promise of getting where they want to be comfortably with all the things they need with them. We call it a car. So it's that concept, and that's so helpful for me when I heard that analogy this past week. You sell the result. You don't sell an engine with fuel injectors. You sell what it does. It gets you from A to B. It gets you to where you desire to be. That's really the core, or at least it's the promise of getting there. That if you sit in this vehicle and you do these 5 things, those are the processes. Those are the pieces of how someone can get to where they want to be. So what do I do? That's what I've been kind of racking my brain on this past week, because I'm like, oh, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this for someone. But really, what is the end goal? What is the purpose of my business? How do I desire to help people? What do I desire to help people get? And that I'm coming, like, the result of what I help people get is freedom, is better. But to phrase it a little bit differently is I wrote it down. The results of working with me and the results of what I help people have more for what matters most. And I use it that broadly because it's this idea of, I don't want to say more time, because not everybody needs more time. They have lots of time. It's not just money. People don't just need more money, because some people might have a lot of money, but they don't have enough time. It's not just more, you fill in the blank. It's more for what they need it to be. I help people have more for what matters most. And that preposition was really interesting, for, because of, by, with, to, through, all of that, but for. Because if you have more time, but if you have more time for what? More money for what? And so this idea of more, I help people have more for what matters most. As I was thinking about that, I was reminded of, I've been in seasons where we have enough. We have money coming in. We have enough revenue. We have enough time. We have enough money for where we're at, or at least we thought we did. But I had no time. Like, my time has always been this limited commodity, if you may. And so my wife, we're on a weekend getaway, just the two of us, and we're thinking to the future. And, like, I remember her crying, angry at me, because I keep asking the question, but how am I going to work? When am I going to work? How am I going to do all of this work? And she needed and craved more of my time. And I saw my time and my work as competing because at that time, money required my time. And those moments of pain, exhaustion, were really hard. And I felt so stuck. I felt torn between either choosing to provide for my family or spending time with my family. And so this idea has to be more time for what matters most. Because if I had more time to work, that doesn't matter most. Because we already had, I was a salaried employee. More time doing my job didn't result in more money. So I didn't need more time to work. I needed more time to be present. And so that's why this, like, as I think about kind of like the core of what I do and what I help others with, is to, I help people have more for what matters most. And then what matters most, like, that comes in seasons, it's really dependent on person. Like someone who doesn't have any kids at home, what matters most is going to be different than myself or someone with young kids in the house. Even like from teenagers or newborns, what matters most? And maybe depending on the level of business that you're doing, what matters most is you being present with your customers and inviting people to take your offer. Or if you're on the other side of that, it could be what matters most is leading your team. If you're a sales rep, what matters most might not be going and doing all these appointments with clients. It might be training your team how to do that. So your 5 sales reps can go do 5 really good or a lot better sales appointments and become the person that is really good. So then you're getting their benefit and your work. So it really depends on the season. So what matters most is different for different people. And so, yeah, that's the direction. That's what I've been kind of processing, those questions. What do I do? How do I do it? What is the core of what I offer? What is the core of what I offer? That has been so helpful. And so wherever you are, as I'm just kind of processing my journey, I hope this is encouraging and helpful for you. Answering that question, what is the result? What is the transformation that someone gets that's emotionally driven, that sparks curiosity, that opens the door for a bigger conversation? You don't just put a roof on someone's house. You protect everything that they live with. You don't just cut someone's lawn. You give back someone their weekends so that they can be with their family. What is the result? What is the end goal of what you provide? You don't create a no-code solution in an app. You allow people to profit on information. You allow people to see data and act on it to provide more revenue and more insights for better decisions. You give better decisions for better profits. So what is it? What is the result that you provide? And ask that question. Because nobody wants to buy, or maybe they do. Most people don't just want to buy an automation platform or a no-code tool. They want to buy the emotional result of what they get. So as I learned that, it's super helpful. It gives me excitement. I help people have more for what matters most. So what is that for you? What is the more that you need? What matters most? That if you could have that, what would you need? What would make that even better? No, I didn't put it on 4K.